Welcome to my video blog on the benefits of utilizing multimedia in the classroom. First, I'd like to begin by defining what multimedia is. In his text, Integrating Educational Technology into Teaching, Robler, as well as many others, defines multimedia as the use of audio, video, photographs, images, text, and hypermedia to present information. The Internet facilitated the development of hypermedia, hypertext. Dillon and Richardson define hypertext as nodes or chunks of information and links between them. The links are active when interacted with, and movement between the two nodes takes place. Hypermedia is a general term to describe links to information held on different media, such as video or CDs. We use hypertext and hypermedia whenever we interact with media to access additional information, whether from our cell phone, our laptop, our desktop, or other computer. It's when you click a hyperlink on a text or a hotspot on an image. Godunius illustrates that the pervasiveness that multimedia has in our lives, from our cell phones to portable tablets and microcomputers, has become less expensive in technology. The software tools have become easier to use, and the ease of access has allowed many more opportunities for accessing, creating, and using quality media in practical ways. So why incorporate multimedia? The answer to this question can be explored using Robler's rationale based on problem solving. Multimedia, when incorporated properly in instructional design in which consistent presentation of new information, practice, and assessment composes learning. Multimedia has been shown to be effective in motivating and engaging students in the learning process. Audio, visual, and interactive platforms stimulate learners' attention and can provide real-world relevance of the content. Information can be presented in dual-channel inputs, which is more efficient, as described by Pavio, who proposed the dual coding theory. Utilizing two interdependent systems for the processing of verbal and nonverbal information allows learners to process information simultaneously and independently, which can result in additive learning when referential connections are made. Multimedia utilizes multiple accessible formats. Different learning styles are satisfied by hypermedia. The graphics, animations, and videos appeal to visual learners. Sound, narration, and video appeal to auditory learners. And kinesthetic learners are engaged by hypermedia's interactive attribute. Soto, Mas, Plas, Kane, Pappenfuss state that hypertext and hypermedia are two of the unique and useful tools for constructivist design, as they allow for branched and flexible formats rather than linear and closed designs of instruction. Multimedia content is used successfully in collaborative problem-solving activities, such as web quests and field trips and simulations. These multimedia-intense activities engage users to explore, critically think, and collaborate in their learning while interacting with multimedia content. Patient-centered medical reform is making the demonstration of teaching methods harder to carry out and meet the needs of clinical teaching. Emphasis on patient safety has driven clinical teaching to simulation and utilization of other methods such as hypermedia, serious gaming, to practice essential skills before demonstrating them on patients in the hospital. Zhang, Liu, and Zhang conducted research on the applications of multimedia using the computer and found that multimedia was useful for medical experiments that demonstrated physiologic phenomena or experimental processes. They found that these activities were stimulating and engaging and evoked enthusiasm in the learners. Medical practice designs allow for unlimited repetition, as was shown to be better than traditional methods, and with medical animation, simulation of physical processes was easily demonstrated. They found the content to be more intuitive, and the media made it easier to understand abstract concepts, transforming learning from memorization to understanding. Multimedia is transforming medical education to a more patient-focused, patient-centered care model, where educators and learners have optimal conditions for teaching and learning without compromising patient safety. Robler identifies key components to successful integration of multimedia into education. There must be available resources. Hardware, software, internet reliability are all a concern. Capital and infrastructure support must be adequate. Skills of educators and students to utilize multimedia and hypermedia technologies to enhance education are also needed. And lastly, the amount of significant dedication to planning, implementation, and reviewing applications of multimedia must also be considered. In conclusion, multimedia can be an effective, efficient medium to deliver instructional content. Utilization of multimedia in healthcare education is well supported by current research evidence, meeting the needs of educators, learners, and the healthcare system to provide quality, training, and teaching, ensuring patient safety throughout the teaching and learning process.